Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Just for now, we're focusing on self-care awareness month, and then we will get into all of the birthday celebrations, which you guys will see very, very soon. I'm excited. Let's go. When talking about self-care, I want to remind you guys of like one of my favorite quotes that I always tell y'all when we talk about self-care. You cannot be anything to anyone else if you are not everything to yourself first. And that quote comes from Marvin Sapp, who is literally one of my favorite gospel greats, gospel legends, male vocalists, male gospel artists, preachers, period, everything. We have to get to the place in life, specifically as people who are very selfless and we give so much. We have to get to that point where we are not so available to everything and everybody, because at the end of the day, you cannot trust everything and everybody. Everybody is not deserving of your good heart and your time. People, especially those who are self-absorbent, they know exactly how to drain you. 2024 for me has been the year of recovery, as you guys know, and just enjoying life. 2024 has been more steady than the past 5 to 8 years of my life. Where you're just going back and forth between so many highs and lows. When it comes to self-care, do something for you that makes you feel good, because we have the tendency to do things for others and make sure that others are good, but sometimes we do good for others so that we can be good with them, but really that relationship that we have with that person is not good for us, but we do it for the sake of saving a friendship. But let me just stop here and put a quarter in the meter and park for a second, because let me just say, if people are only connected to you because they want something or they need something from you, that is a threat to your self-care, because now the relationship has switched from relational to transactional, and that can be systematically problematic, because now it's an expectation for you to come through or deliver on whatever, and it becomes the standard, and you put yourself out there like that for people, because once you do it for one, you got to do it for everybody else. What is self-care to me? I have a list of things that I consider self-care. Sometimes self-care is spa night, getting your hair done, your nails done. Sometimes self-care is a weekend getaway, retail therapy, being home all day and not going anywhere. Deleting contacts, honestly, is another form of self-care. Doing something that you like to do, with friends who also like to do the same thing, or by yourself. Sometimes self-care is simply just resting, sleeping, relaxing, all the things. Also have to understand that self-care is not just about, your physical well-being, but it's also about mental and emotional. So self-care can also be, cutting people off, honestly, because you can't go to new seasons with old people in your life, because when you attempt to do that, the old season that you were just in is going to feel, the new season that you're in is going to feel like the old one, because of the people that you've tried to bring along with you. Sometimes self-care is also saying no. Everything and everybody does not deserve your yes. Learn that. If the people who are making demands on you would not cross an ocean for you, and you would for them, that is a red flag. And sometimes self-care is muting people. I love, people to an extent. I have my group of favorite people that I'm stuck with them. They're stuck with me, and we vibe. But there are just some people that sometimes talk too much, and I get overstimulated, and I mute people who only come around when they need something or they want something, but they don't have any close bond or genuine bond or connection with me. And I also mute people who mostly 99% of the time talk about themselves and never ask how I'm doing and what's going on in my life. Self-care is also making boundaries for yourself and knowing your limits. When I talk about what self-care should look like, I'm not saying neglect the people that you love and be completely, totally selfish. Absolutely not. But make an attempt to prioritize being selfless while maintaining self-care. For instance, I can go get my hair done on a Saturday morning. I can come home, chill, clean, do some work, do content stuff, and then get ready to go to dinner with either family or friends. So with that, you have, you know, both the introvert and extrovert, you know, parts of the day, and I'm still getting in my self-care time. But I just wanted to come on here and talk about self-care real quick, because I always do every single year to start off September. And self-care is honestly such a huge part of life. It's such a huge part of my life. And when you are someone who does so much for other people, like on a consistent basis, because you're literally every single person's go-to, you know, you pour so much, you know, and now it's our time. And it's also time for us to not be guilty about taking a break. When it all comes down to the end, people have to help themselves at some point, and they have to learn how to do that for themselves. I love you guys so much, and make sure you take care of yourself. I will see y'all next week.